Hi. I was just talking to a client and we were talking about owning our experience. And I could feel, sometimes you're talking to someone and you're saying something to them, and then you're hearing a little voice in your brain going, yeah, that's really good advice. I think you should listen to that yourself. And you feel in your heart this sort of deep settling of, you know, man, I really do. I really need to do that in your body, and you're feeling it in your body. And I was having that experience of really feeling like there was more work for me to do around owning my experience. And so I started to write in my journal, as I do, about these things. I thought, no, actually, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create a clip. So this is off the cuff. I haven't thought about what I'm going to say. So I'm not sure how it will go. Things often can flow for me better when I just write, but it's always been challenging for me. There's a part of me that's always been challenged by owning my experience. There's a part of me that feels like, uh, who are you to act like this is a big thing when other people have so much else going on that is harder to deal with? So it's like there's a part of me that's judging my own experience, um, as wanting almost. And then there's a part of me that's kind of like, well, if I own my experience, am I really taking it on? And isn't that a risky thing to do? Won't you be identifying with it? And then there's a part of me that goes, well, no, actually, because you're owning something that happened to you and you're accepting fully that this is your experience, this is what happened, that doesn't mean that you're identifying with it and that it's going to become part of your future. It's almost like you're owning your past, but it doesn't have to become your future. Um, and then there's a part of me that when I think about owning my experience, there's a part of me that goes, yes, you need to do this. Yes, let's do this. If you own your experience, you're really owning everything that got you to this singular point in this timeline, in this space, in this dimension, whatever. And you're really owning yourself and embracing your energy and accepting yourself in a way that you haven't necessarily fully done in this particular realm before. And there's a part of me that goes, yes, own your experience, embrace all that wisdom, embrace this life that you've led, embrace all these things that have happened to you and have left, little scars and um, beautiful freckles and joy in your system, and maybe sadness and this gamut of human emotions and feelings and tensions and expansions and contractions. Own, these seemingly conflicting feelings about maybe the same experience. Own these seemingly in conflict emotions and thoughts about this maybe same experience. Own the breadth and the depth of who you are. Own it all. The more that you own, the more that you claim, the more that you acknowledge, the more fully you can feel yourself, the more fully you can feel your energy, the more fully you can accept yourself, the more fully you can be and become who you really truly are. And the more I own my experience and I own parts of me, whether they be parts that feel like they're in the light or parts that feel like they're in the shade or the shadow, the more fully me I can be, the more fully me I can become. So I guess that is the dominating feeling for me at the moment. That is the bigger uh, drive for me at the moment, is to really fully own and acknowledge all of these different things, um, including the judgments that I might have about myself about doing it. um, and the feelings that I might have about the judgments I might have, or the judgments I might have about the judgments I might have. The more fully I can acknowledge these things, accept these things, and allow these things, the more fully me I am, and the more able I am to act, to take action uh, in ways that align with the entirety of who I am. Hmm. Yeah. So I guess my question for me today, and maybe for you, is how can I, or what can I own today? How can I become more of myself today? How can I bring more of me to the table? What can I accept about myself today? What can I compassionately love and accept about myself today? I'm not perfect. Sometimes I say things that upset other people or myself. Well, actually, I don't intend to do that. I just put my foot in it. It's a gift that I have. um, how can I own more of my foibles, more of my little quirks that are uniquely me? Um, what am I willing to take on? What am I willing to let go? You know, what parts of my experience have I owned that actually aren't to do with me? You know, they're things that I've taken on, so they're mine, but they weren't really about me in the first place, and I made them about me. What can I let go? What can I embrace and expand, and what can I contract and squeeze out and let go? That's my big question for today. Enough for, yeah. So that's what I'm about to go off and do, actually, is I'm going to sit with myself and notice what comes up from a place of uh, as much of a place of acceptance and love as I possibly can create and manifest and manufacture and cultivate. Um, and yeah, really own it. Um, and I know I'm going off and I'm digressing again here, because there are some, there are some things, and I guess that's the other thing. Owning something doesn't mean that you talk necessarily to others about it or that you share it. You don't have to do any of that. And I've just realized that part of me's felt like, in order to own something, I have to talk about it or share it. And I've just realized that I don't. I actually don't at all. And that's a great boundary for me to become aware of, and for me to set for myself. There are some things that I can talk about, things I'm comfortable talking about, but I don't have to talk about things that I don't want to talk about. That doesn't have to mean anything. All it means is I'm just keeping it here, keeping it. It's for me. It's for my knowledge. It's for my learning. It's for me. Um, I'm not being selfish, holding on to that. I'm not being selfish, not sharing it. Um, I'm just doing what feels right for me. So that in itself is, yeah, quite big learning for me. Hmm. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go off and do some work, do some of that. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you can really feel and connect with just how amazing you are in this moment, and appreciate everything that you've experienced has brought you to this place and time, to this body, to this reality, to this experience. And that's quite miraculous and amazing. And you are miraculous and amazing, you know? Your experiences are exquisite and uniquely you. No one else has had those experiences. No one has ever had the experiences that you've had. Um, you are unique. You know, 1 in 8, 9 billion. Well, actually, I guess there's been more of those. Well, how many humans have been alive before? Quite a few. There's never been anyone like you. There's never going to be anyone like you. You're incredible. I hope you can feel some of that. Okay. Take good care. Ka kite.